A few of these we have mentioned, that it may become manifest to every discerning observer that unto a few untutored holy men hath been given the mastery of human learning, so that the malevolent opposer may cease to contend that a certain verse doth indicate corruption of the text, and insinuate that we, through lack of knowledge, have made mention of such things. Moreover, much of the verses that indicate corruption of the text have been revealed with reference to the Jewish people. Were ye to explore the isles of Quranic revelation? Well, that's a context, but if it's happened with the Jewish texts, it's happened with the Christian texts, and Confucius texts, and Buddhist texts, that you've seen stuff happen like that. Why can't you take it literally? To apply to more than that. If you narrow things too down to, well, what was the exact context of this, that, and the other? We've also heard a number of the foolish of the earth assert that the genuine text of the heavenly gospel doth not exist amongst the Christians, that it hath ascended unto heaven. How grievously they have erred, how oblivious of the fact that such a statement imputeth the gravest injustice and tyranny to a gracious and loving providence. How could God, when once the day star of the beauty of Jesus had disappeared from the sight of his people and ascended unto the fourth heaven, cause his holy book, his most great testimony among his creatures, to disappear also? What about all the contradictions in what they have? Isn't that also a sign? What would be left to the people to cling to from the setting of the day star of Jesus until the rise of the sun of the Mohammedan dispensation? What law could be their stay and guide? How could such people be made a victim of the avenging wrath of God, the omnipotent avenger? Well, not believing what everybody says, looking into stuff, and maybe then deciding, maybe then figuring out, hey, this is some good stuff. Oh, this, no. How could they be afflicted with the scourge of chastisement by the heavenly King? Above all, how could the flow of the grace of the all-bountiful be stayed? How could the ocean of his tender mercies be stilled? We take refuge with God from that which his creatures have fancied about him, exalted is he above their comprehension. Dear friend, now when the light of God's everlasting morn is breaking, when the radiance of his holy words, God is the light of the heavens and the earth, see Al-Quran, Surah 24, Ayat 35, is shedding illumination upon all mankind. And even if there are corrupted texts, we are looking at portions of the truth amongst these people. When the inviolability of his tabernacle is being proclaimed by a sacred utterance, God hath willed to perfect his light, see Al-Quran, Surah 3, Ayat 33. And the hand of omnipotence, bearing his testimony, in his grasp he holdeth the kingdom of all things, is being outstretched unto all the peoples and kindreds of the earth. It behooves us to gird up the loins of endeavor, that haply, by the grace and bounty of God, we may enter the celestial city. Verily we are God's, and abide within the exalted habitation, and unto him we do return. It is incumbent upon thee, by the permission of God, to cleanse the eye of thine heart from the things of the world, that thou mayest realize the infinitude of divine knowledge, and mayest behold truth so clearly that thou wilt need no proof to demonstrate his reality, nor any evidence to bear witness unto his testimony. O affectionate seeker, shouldst thou soar in the holy realm of the Spirit, thou wouldst recognize God manifest and exalted above all things, in such wise that thine eyes would behold none else but him. God was alone, there was none else besides him. So lofty is this station that no testimony can bear it witness, neither evidence do justice to its truth. Wert thou to explore the sacred domain of truth, wilt thou find that all things are known only by the light of his recognition, that he hath ever been and will continue forever to be known through himself. And if thou dwellest in the land of testimony, content thyself with that which he himself hath revealed. Is it not enough for them that we have sent down unto thee the book? See Al-Quran, Surah 29:31. This is the testimony which he himself hath ordained. Greater proof than this there is none, nor ever will be. This proof is his word, his own self, the testimony of his truth. And now we beseech the people of the Bayan. You might want to see Al-Quran, Surah 108? No, not 108. 98? Yeah, 98. All the learned, the sages, the divines, the witnesses amongst them, not to forget the wishes and admonitions revealed in their book, let them at all times fix their gaze upon the essentials of his cause, lest when he, who is the quintessence of truth, the inmost reality of all things, the source of all light, is made manifest, they cling unto certain passages of the book, and inflict upon him that which was inflicted in the dispensation of the Quran. For verily powerful is he, the King of Might, to extinguish with one letter of his wondrous words the breath of life in the whole of the Bayan and the people thereof, with one letter bestow upon them a new and everlasting life, and cause them to arise and speed out the sepulchres of their vain and selfish desires. Take heed and be watchful, and remember that all things have their consummation in belief in him, in attainment unto his day, and in the realization of his divine presence. There is no piety in turning your faces towards the east or the west, but he is pious who believeth in God and the last day. See Al-Quran, Surah 2, 176. Give ear, O people of the Bayan, unto the truth, whereunto we have admonished you, that haply you may seek the shelter of the shadow extended in the day of God upon all mankind. Now, people trying to follow part things seems far more to be the issue than people saying, well, I'm going to follow this. Because why can't a God... I can compose some length of thing without any contradiction and stuff. Why can't, why not just presume that that's the case with God, that God has no contradiction in what he puts forward? No conflict. Certainly some stuff of the past could have been upon certain material culture of the past, but this dispensationalism stuff's trying to make God some sort of trickster.